Alright, David Harry here, and I'm just going to do a quick introduction to the following video. I've recently upgraded my Osmo Action to the latest firmware, which I will flash up now which firmware that it is. And during the process of testing and stuff, what happened was I did a kind of simulated vlog thing. And I say simulated, it is kind of a vlog, although I'm not really a vlogger. But I've effectively gone and done something off the back of one of my tests where I went out to do some specific testing for the firmware update with a better microphone than this. But I had this microphone with me, which is a Comica CVM-VM10. So what I've done, I just thought, well, do you know what, I'm out, so I'll just go and walk about and do a bit of a natter to the camera and stuff like that. Okay, so that's basically what this video is. Now, I'd not heard the results, obviously, during the test. Now, just to be quick about this, yes, there's a certain issues being sorted, which is the issue of having to pull the cable out and plug it back in during mid-take in order to get a decent level out of it. Now that has been sorted, and there is another video which I will link as soon as I've done it. But it'll appear here at the point that it's done, which kind of goes on about that particular kind of issue and how it has been resolved. Now the only thing is, during this particular take, obviously I had not known what was going to happen. I'd not heard anything, and I have to say, just really quickly, whilst that particular issue has been sorted, I would still say that this is still a bit of an issue to do with frequency response. Now what it is, I'm not going to delve all over this and go mad about it. We'll just have a listen to this. So anybody who's into this camera, thinking about getting it, or who is interested in the CYNOVA audio interface side of things and external mics with the Action, it's probably a pretty good watch to get into this video. Now what I've done here, because the signal is still quite quiet going in, I've raised it up in post. I've not applied any extra EQ, no compression or nothing like that. I've just lifted it up so it's got a better output in post. Now what's going to happen during the video, 30 seconds in, I dipped the level down to the original recording for about 7 to 10 seconds, then bring it back up. So when you hear the drop in level about 30 seconds in, that's exactly all it's for. It's just so you can hear the exact level as it's gone in. Anyway, there's a number of other things to do with the setup of it all and whatnot, and I'll explain that in the video. So anyway, this was my supposedly quick introduction, which has turned into a big mammoth piece all on its own. Anyway, now to the video. Alright, David Harry here, and this video is basically my very first test of the Osmo Action in what I would say is a true vlogging setup. Now, when I say that, what I mean is, it's not like you couldn't have vlogged with the Osmo Action, because you most certainly could have done that with its internal mics. But right now, I've got an external microphone attached to it, and this is after the firmware update, which is meant to fix the microphone issues and whatnot with the Osmo Action. So basically, a quick thing about the setup for the camera and what have you, then I'll just kind of walk and talk as I normally do. Now what it is, I've got the camera set up completely fully automatic, and that is absolutely necessary when doing stuff like what I'm about to do, which is walk in and out of different lighting scenarios and stuff. You can't possibly set up manually for one shot, start walking and then go in and out of different lighting conditions. It just won't work like that. It has to be set automatic for things like that. And then also what I've done, I've chosen the standard color profile, which is basically just Rec 709. So none of this de-cine and any of that log gamma stuff. So as out of the box and as normal as you can have the camera set up, or say normal, the way most people would want to set these things up without too much dicking around and interference with the camera and its settings. Also, the only one thing that I've actually got locked off and set is the white balance, and I've set that to, I think, 4700 Kelvin, which I think should be pretty matched to the type of lighting conditions that I'm in at the moment. What it is, it's a bit cloudy, the sun's going in and out of cloud and whatnot, so hopefully for the best part, it being automatic, the locked off white balance and the standard Rec 709 color profile, or the gamma, is going to be, good, and it is definitely going to be something that most people would want to use. So this is basically how most people would use it. Okay, so I'm just going to walk and talk and explain a couple of other things here. So what it is, I can't remember whatever this version of the firmware is now, but I'll flash it up on the screen. So this firmware now is the one where we've now got supposedly all the audio stuff fixed to do with the external audio with the CYNOVA audio interface. Now what it is, I've just come out to do the second part of a test to do with a before and after the firmware update for the microphone. So I still haven't heard what the results are yet. I've literally just finished the test, and then I thought, well, I'll do this while I'm out. So I most certainly don't know what this sounds like either. Now, the microphone and setup that I've got, in fact, what I'll do, I'll cut away now to some pictures showing the setup. So I'm using, let's see, a Comica CVM-VM10 Mark 1 microphone. I'm using the dead cat and the suspension clip from the Rode Video Micro as well, and the cable off the Micro. The reason for that is because the dead cat and the mic suspension clip and whatnot off the Rode Video Micro are definitely the best ones of their types for these small little video microphones. So I'm basically giving the mic the best chance that I can for it to, you know, have like some decent wind protection, and also so it's like not picking up too much like acoustically transmitted like noises, you know, through the handle and stuff if I start swapping hands and things like that. Now, the other thing to bear in mind with this as well is that this particular microphone is not mega sensitive, or it's not, or at the very least it doesn't have a particularly loud output. Now, here's the thing, and this is the reason why I've specifically gone for this mic first. One, it does sound great, this microphone, but it doesn't have a very loud output. And the reason why that might be important is because so far I've not managed to find anything in the menu for the Action which would suggest that we've got any control whatsoever over the level of the microphone going in. So the only problem is, without any like gain like intervention and stuff like that, we're just trusting the Action to, you know, get what it thinks must be the best level that it thinks we should be having in this scenario, or in any scenario with any microphone, come to think of it. But right now what I'm doing is deliberately not using a loud microphone, because if like the Osmo Pocket was when it first kind of went on its little path to becoming better, the audio can get a little bit slammed with dynamics processing. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't kind of blast the input too much and give the Action the best possible like first test scenario that I could do, and try and be fair with it as well, and not try and trip it up and stuff. Now let me just get somewhere else with a little bit more of a different lighting condition, and we'll kind of have a look at the picture and I'll carry on talking as well. Okay, so where I am now, I'm under a little bit more tree cover, so again a difference in the lighting. The sun is directly behind me there. In fact, what I'll do, let me just turn around here because the sun's in my face now. Then I'll turn around and kind of go in and out of that light. Then I'll carry on walking like in the trees and stuff like that. Like I say, what I'm doing right now is literally just giving myself my first test scenario, just to see how things perform, not just the audio but also the picture and whatnot. And the reason why I need to really push things with the camera and test it in a number of different scenarios now with microphones and whatnot is because right now DJI could possibly have the best action camera vlogging system. And the reason why I say that is because the only real competitor to the Action is the Hero 8, and if anyone's got a Hero 8, they're gonna know that is kind of, it's got a few things to get fixed about it as well in order for it to become a contender for a proper vlogging camera, or at least a proper vlogging camera with an external microphone. So right now, if DJI have done this properly, they could be leaps and bounds ahead of GoPro on this one. And the other thing that's really going to help that is right now, if you shop around, I'm not too sure in the States and whatnot, North America, but most certainly in Europe and in the UK, there's been a severe price reduction on the Osmo Action. I mean, as a for instance, in the UK, I think you can find it in like a ton of places for like £249. But if you shop around, I think you can kind of grab it for like $229. So basically, you're talking that, you know, they've massively undercut what GoPro were doing. So on the point of price and what have you, then, you know, DJI have definitely kind of like got it sewn up. Now, despite the fact that the CYNOVA audio interface is expensive for what it is, if, however, DJI see the sense to drop in the price of that as well, or if indeed, if you can buy it cheaper elsewhere and it is the same interface, and assuming it's working, then by the time you've added that to the equation, you're probably realistically talking in the region of about £280, which is probably, I don't know, it's about $310, $320, something like that, about €300 for the interface and the camera, maybe a bit cheaper. Now, at that point, it's almost game over as long as it all works. So I sincerely hope that the results that I'm getting right now are awesome. And then all you got to do is add a microphone for the cost of about £40. I would normally go for the Rode Video Micro. The only reason why I'm not doing that right now is because I've took the capsule out of my micro, because I'm building a microphone at the moment which is very specifically designed for vlogging to stay out of the field of view. Because right now I've had a little bit of I've had to play about a bit so that the dead cat doesn't enter the frame on this particular take here, or on this setup right now. So anyways, yeah, bottom line is, yeah, if DJI have got their act together here, they may well have kind of hit the mark now as far as like a really good vlogging system is concerned. Now hopefully, I think this will go live, and hopefully my favourite YouTube vlogger, hello, sorry about that, I've just had to do a retake here. What it was, as I was talking just then, some dog come running out the bushes, was jumping all over me, and it was wet and covered in mud and stuff. Anyway, where was I up to? Yeah, I think what I was saying is, hopefully, I will put this live anyway, because I'm very interested to know what other people think about it. But hopefully, my favourite vlogging YouTuber at the moment, Mr. Robert John Kerr, hopefully he sees this, and I'd really love to know what Robert thinks of this setup now, because Robert's like me, he's been, you know, stressing and paining a little bit over trying to get the best, like, small compact system to go out with and do vlogging. I mean, I'm not really a vlogger. Robert's a proper vlogger, like. And on that note as well, there'll be a link here to Robert's channel. Go and check his stuff out, it's awesome. But hopefully, yeah, you know, if people like Robert see this, and, you know, I'd like to know what your opinions are on this now. And basically, you know, what do you think of what I've said there about the possibilities that DJI may well have sewn up the action cam vlogging thing here. And like I say, on the point of the microphones as well, there's a whole heap of different price microphones that you could put in with this. In fact, the test that I've just done for doing the before and after the firmware updates, I was using a very expensive dialogue microphone for that. Now, I've also had Newer get in touch with me, and Newer are offering to send me some microphones to do some reviews from. So I think it was someone from the European marketing for Newer had been in touch with me. Now what it is, Newer do a microphone that looks very much like the Comica CVM-VM10, but their one costs £22. So when I get that, I'm definitely going to do a full-on like test with that and just the action as well. So well, what I'm trying to get at here, if you can pick the action up for the low price that it is, and then if you can pick up the CYNOVA audio interface, presuming it's working correctly at the right price as well, and then also be spending about, say, £20 to £30 euros on a half decent little microphone, it's definitely going to be the best and cheapest action camera, you know, vlogging setup that you can possibly get, which is, yeah, you know, I just think the whole thing could well be really big, you know, it could be a big deal, and then suddenly, you know, people have definitely got a very, very good option to go out and do this type of stuff. Anyways, I'll probably end up just rabbiting on and going over the same kind of things now if I carry on talking. So I think this is probably me done. I've walked in and out of a few different lighting scenarios with the system. I'm obviously testing the microphone. Yeah, how does it all look? How does it all sound? And like I said, I must stress, this has been done in such a way that the setting up of it is exactly how anyone can do it. And by that, what I mean is people who don't have much experience in using cameras and whatnot, and also people who don't want to be shooting with log gammas and stuff like that. you know, in order to be able to get a good picture and start grading, because, you know, the bottom line is no one wants to do that. You know, it's ridiculous, you know. So hopefully what I've done here is give ourselves a good example of like how anyone could use this setup. Anyways, yeah, I think that's me definitely done and dusted now. And I did have a coffee just before I come out, so I'm probably peaking just about now, so best shut me trap and get off. Anyways, yeah, wherever I put the video, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on the DJI forum, yeah, I would love some comments on this, and, you know, for people to let me know what do they think of it all. Anyways, I'm David Harry, I'm out of here now, so thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.